Well, hi, and welcome to my shop. Thanks for joining me here on April 23rd. And today I'm going after a very difficult capacitor. It's hard to even see it. Hard for me even to see it. It's down under here. Way down under there. So I think with this one, what I hope to do is extract it and then put the replacement in. I'll put the replacement underneath. I won't try to put a replacement down in there. My camera's not focusing very well. There we go. Another thing I think I want to investigate at this point is this bad resistor back here, what appears to be a bad resistor back here. We'll take a closer look at that and see if it needs to be replaced or not. Okay, so getting this capacitor out of there. This is really quite tricky. I can hook one end here fairly easily down through here like that. I just have to identify it from the other underneath and the other end of it. Wow. So I might be able to hook it here. Be careful I'm hooking the right thing. I'm not. There's a wire right near there. There. That would be the capacitor. So I can hook either end of the capacitor, I can pull it out. Okay, my usual tricks here for identifying this is going to be a little tough because I can't even see it down in there. So the trick is to shine a bright light like this flashlight and see the trace in relationship to the component. But how am I going to do this? What's hidden way the heck back here? I don't know. Okay, this might be a little tough to see what it is I'm seeing. If we look in the mirror, I'm going to shine the light through the board from the other side. And you're looking for a bright spot. You can see it down there. Behind the yellow wire that's going across the bright spot. Just above that yellow wire, as hard as it is to see, is the end of the capacitor. So the thing to take notice of is the way the trace looks. It's a loop going up and down, and you can see the right in this area here, right in here. So you can see there's a wire crossing. It's a weird looking thing. And there's a wire going across from right to left. That's the actual lead wire. Now, I'll show you where that is on the other side here of the board. So I was shining the light just like this. You see this curious zigzaggy thing we were looking at. The lead wire was coming right across it, and it's into one of these two. It's got to be one of these two. So I'm going to get a hold of the end of that capacitor and try to pull it out. Gosh. Yeah, so yeah, this is going to take a little bit of doing, but I can do it. Okay, I have it hooked. Let's just see if I'm right. One of these two. Ah, yeah. it's either one of these. I think I got it wrong. Okay, so if I do it just by locating, so I'm holding a tool, I have a notion of where it's pointing. It's got to be across here. So it's either got to be these or this. Or I just didn't pull hard enough. Or I'm wrong about what I'm pulling on. What am I pulling on? Definitely that capacitor. It's got to be these two. It's got to be one of those two. There it goes. There was it. I don't know what it was holding on to there, but it was. Okay, so I got one side out. And we know it's here. The other side's got to be over here. Straight across, it's got to be here. Okay, so I'm going to apply the hook here. This might take a bit. Okay, the hook is applied. Let's see. We're going to take a guess. It's one of these two. There it is. Okay, it's loose now. Let's see about getting it out. There it is. It's 0.05, 250 volt. Okay, but I don't think I want to try installing it back in the top here. It's just impossible. So I'm just going to install it on the bottom of the board here. There's tons and tons of clearance in there, so that really isn't a problem. Very good. I'll get that done. So in this case, I really don't want the capacitor to be through the holes. Reason to have the leads sticking up. So first I want to tack in one side. That's pretty good right there. Now the other side. Place. So I'm just making sure I think I know I'm going to the right place. Tacked in. And we'll go back to the other side and do a little better job. top side, bottom side, doesn't make any difference. Good. That's this guy replaced now. So as these ones go, this guy looks pretty good. Let's give him the test. Let's just test it on the brainy tester here. So 63 nanofarads. 63 is a little bit more than 0.05. V loss 2.7%. Okay, let's give it the real test here. The only one I can really fully relate to. We didn't bother looking to see what this guy's doing. 50 volts. What do you say? Open right up all the way. 150 volts. Open up just a little wee bit. And now, just to keep this whole thing as honest as possible, let's put a brand new capacitor in. Give it the test. We'll test the test. 50 volts. Watch in the eye. Right open. 150. Right open. 250. Right open. 350. Don't anybody touch that capacitor. 450 volts. Right open. So that's what a good capacitor does. Not what we've been seeing from all these ones I've been taking out. I don't want to touch that. Now this device, when you let go of this spring-loaded knob, puts a short on the tested capacitor. You just need that short to be there for a bit of a duration to drain it out before I better turn my machine off the 450 volt setting. Okay, very good. So we got the tough guy done. Now there's two more real easy ones, this one and this one, but not this guy. I'm going to leave this one alone. There's three of them in here. 1, 2, 3 of those guys right in there. Let's see what condition they're in. Take a closer look at them. See what they look like. Okay, there's no autofocus, so give me just a moment here. Correct the focus on this camera. Okay, let's have a look now. So they aren't the quote, the good type. They are the bad type. So this one's actually different. This is not the same type of capacitor here. This is the shielded one that I'm trying to avoid doing. These ones, they look to be in good shape, but they aren't. Look at that one now. That one looks pretty bulgy on the end, but maybe that's just how it looked when it came out of the factory. So I'm going to change these 3 capacitors. I think they're all involved with just audio signals coming up into the volume control. There's a green dot on that one again. What's with the green dots? No green dot here. Well, it's a bit of a mystery what the green dot is. It's possible, you know, it's an inspector's mark. A little green paint brush, and he marked things. That's a strange looking solder job on the end of it there. Huh. Does the other one look like that? No, it just looks like the lead comes out of the capacitor and they covered it with the orange thing and up it goes. But this one, it looks to be replaced. I don't know. The green dot. What a mystery. The green dot mystery. Maybe somebody knows what they are. They'll make a comment on the video. Okay, I'm going to change those three. They deserve to go. Okay, let's take a look at the schematic here for a moment. So the capacitors I'm dealing with are all around the volume control here. So, is there any voltage that should be worried about? Can I use a lower voltage capacitors here? And I'm really quite sure I can. The most you're going to get here in this area is, I think, the result of a detector like this one. A diode here, you can get 15 volts at the most in this area. So, but there is something quite interesting here, in that here's the volume control. Here's the tone control. Now just take a look at what's going on. The slider part of the tone control, the wiper part, is just tied to ground here. We need to look for that in the radio because there's something unusual going on. What's unusual? What's unusual? So here we see the two controls. They're stacked one on top of the other. That usually means there's a through shaft and two knobs up here. In the camera it looks like one knob, but it's two knobs up here. Or is it? Good question. Well, certainly it is. So this is the volume. And now when I go to turn the tone, ain't nothing going. In fact, you can see the whole control is wiggling a bit here. So my thinking up until I looked at this more closely was that this was a fake knob. It just sat here. That's not so common. What's more common is like what they've done with the tuning knob. Both of them go together. You can see they're both turning together. But not here. One turns and the other one is stuck. What's with the stuckness? Well, it's the tone control for sure. How to unstick this? Hold on to this here. Yeah, it's quite loose. There it goes. Ooh, it's just gooey good in there. You wouldn't even known that this could turn. It's certainly gooey. Now I think it's tough to get cleaner inside these guys here. What I need to look for is some kind of hole or port or opening in the body of the control. Then I can spray the cleaner inside, and that could be everything is fine too. It could be that this is working just fine. Sometimes that gooey feel is kind of nice on a control like this. It dampens your movement. This one's quite a bit freer. How come this is loose? Maybe we better deal with the looseness first. Looks like I gotta get at it from above. Simple matter. Just taking this up, there's a locking ring under it. It's just come terribly loose. So we should lock that up with can I get in there? Can I get these guys in there? Are they too big? It's a big tool here. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be able to. It's too big a nut to grab with this because of the angles. The angles are no good. This might work a little better. Oh my God, this tool has been with me since I was a kid. As you open it up, these stay parallel, which makes them quite useful. time you're going to do power work. Now be very careful. What I mean by that is we're going to be applying a lot of pressure. You know, this could be stuck just because of this shaft here. Yeah, let's just hit that with just a little bit of friendly, good old WD-40. Take a while to work its way in. May not be inside the control, because as I was saying, those controls are pretty well sealed. Cheaper volume controls have gaps where the terminals come out, big gaps. You just spray stuff in there, but of course dirt goes in there. Yeah, this is loosening up a little bit. Very good. Okay, I don't think I gotta worry about spraying in there until we try the control and find it to be terribly scratchy. Until then, I'm going to leave it as is. And back to doing those last capacitors, which are all of them low voltage capacitors. Okay, I've got one more to check. One of them I had to cut the lead right off, so it can't be checked, but we can check this one, 0.01. And this again looks to be, you know, in as good a shape as it ever could be. This has not been sustained to high voltage service at all. So let's see what it comes out as. Here we go. 50 volts. Right open. 150. Coming. About halfway or so. And it's a 500 volt rated capacitor. Let's give it 250. It's really close to opening, but no. Won't. Okay, not the worst. Are they in the circuit in a place where a little bit of leakage like that might influence things? I'm not sure. Better that they're gone, though. Okay, so the next step is, does the radio still work? Okay, while I was getting ready, I came across the other capacitor I removed, which I did not test, but I tested it now, and half open on 50 volts, won't open at 150. It's another good looking one. A little bit leaky. Okay, so I'll get this radio ready for a test here. We'll do that. Okay, Mr. Radio, are you ready? I hope you're ready. I'm ready. Okay, we're turned off. Okay, dim bulb power to start with. Dim bulb's doing the right thing. All looking good. Okay, full power. You can see the eye. We're on broadcast. What do we hear? Still hear all that static and crashing. Not tuning at all. Oop. What happened there? Sounds like the plates are rubbing. Or the grounding in here is bad. That rotating part is supposed to be grounded. Not good. Still not good. Okay, shortwave, probably. Whoops. Crazy on the volume. He wants more volume. That's found that out. Not happy over here, all crackly. 2. Okay, FM. was that? But maybe the button's not doing the trick here. Strong FM station around here we were picking up before. Now we're not. Isn't that bad? Don't really like that. So this thing has gone downhill. Get something tuned in here. Anything. What happened? What happened to you? Let's rotate. Can't imagine that's going to make any difference. The volume up right full. Well, this would qualify as not good. Seems to be getting weaker as I go. Did I make a mistake? Let's go back to the broadcast here. Tons of... Oh! The eye is working. It's showing something. Oh, that's pretty good. Where'd that come from? Okay, that's for tomorrow. That's for tomorrow. What has gone wrong? So it sure seems like when you tune up past a certain point, everything goes quiet. That would suggest some kind of short inside the capacitor. How that would get there, I don't know. We'll investigate tomorrow, but that's it for today. I got a very late start today, so that's so thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see what happens tomorrow.